Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Local Black Girl, and today we'll be discussing the case of Destiny Rumley. Before we get started, I want to issue a trigger warning. This video contains sensitive and potentially triggering topics, including violence and trauma. Some details may be disturbing for viewers. Please proceed with discretion and take care of yourself while watching. The morning of December 30th, 2025, police in East Haven, Connecticut were called to an apartment complex on Old Foxen Road shortly after 8 a.m. following multiple 911 calls reporting a man attacking a woman in the hallway of one of the buildings. When officers arrived, they were immediately confronted with a violent scene. Responding officers found 21-year-old Tyreek Black standing in a doorway inside the building. A large knife was lying nearby in the hallway, and Black was clearly agitated. Black had called 911 himself and told dispatchers that he stabbed his partner. Instead of exiting the apartment, Black retreated inside and locked the door, barricading himself from police. The situation escalated quickly. Inside the apartment with Black was the victim, 21-year-old Destiny Rumley. She was suffering from multiple stab wounds. Police later learned that she had been stabbed 9 times. Her wounds were so severe they proved to be fatal. Emergency medical personnel attempted to save her life at the scene, then rushed her to Yale New Haven Hospital, where she was later pronounced dead. Destiny's 3-year-old child was inside the apartment during the attack. At one point during the standoff, officers decided they could not wait to get through the front door. One officer went around to a side window, broke it out, and rescued the child through the broken glass. The child was uninjured. As police worked to secure the scene, Black eventually unlocked the apartment door and allowed officers to enter. When they did, he became combative as they attempted to take him into custody. After a struggle, they were able to arrest him. Within hours, Black was formally charged with multiple offenses. In addition to the murder charge, he was also charged with assault on police, interfering with police, interfering with the emergency call, and the risk of injury to a minor due to the presence of the child being inside the home. The next day, December 31st, 2025, Tyreek Black made his first court appearance in New Haven Superior Court before Judge Patrick Clifford. From the beginning of the hearing, it was clear emotions were running high. The assistant state attorney outlined the prosecution's case for the judge, emphasizing the brutality of the attack. The state attorney noted that Destiny had suffered 9 puncture wounds. Hearing this in court caused audible reactions from Destiny's friends and family.
Alright, so this is the arraignment of State versus Tyreek Nelson Black. Appointed public defender?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright, the public defender is appointed. Bail commissioner's recommendation?
Your Honor.
I will indicate, first of all, it's an on-site arrest. I did read through the report, and I will clearly make a finding of probable cause for the crimes, including the crime of murder. Go ahead.
Your Honor, he has no criminal history. He is 21 years old. He is a lifelong resident. He reports that he is gainfully employed. He does report substance abuse and mental health issues. I do understand that he has no record. However, due to the nature of allegations, we will be recommending $1 million.
How much?
$1 million.
Thank you. State?
Your Honor, in this incident, the defendant is charged with murder. The defendant called police, said that he had stabbed the victim. He further said that it was a couple of times. When officers arrived, he refused to open the door and threatened the officers that he would stab them if they entered. There was a 3-year-old child present for this incident. The defendant fought with officers, and the victim suffered 9 deep puncture wounds. At Yale New Haven. State police said the bond should remain $2 million.
Counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. As stated by Bill, Mr. Black is 21 years old, grew up in Hamden, Connecticut. He's been a native of our state his entire life. He attended school, graduated from ACES, and as stated, he has no criminal record. Your Honor, Mr. Black is truly a product of his environment, his upbringing. His background consists mostly of depending on state benefits, grew up in foster care, multiple ineffective DCF involvements. Lack of guidance and support led Mr. Black down the trail of mental health issues. He has multiple diagnoses, including PTSD, multiple stays at inpatient services, outpatient services, and many prior suicide attempts. Even though through all this turmoil in his life, he was trying. Prior to this incident, he was working part-time in Wallingford as a flagger. He had recently completed programs of treatment and was doing well. Mr. Black is also extremely remorseful for this incident. We ask that you take that into consideration when setting the bond for Mr. Black.
Well, he is 21 years of age. I guess he does not have any previous record, is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
I mean, obviously, I read through the report. It is, I know he's emotional right now, but it's a very disturbing report to read when people are calling the police, indicating someone is screaming and asking or requesting help, and then he called actually the police and indicated, quote, "I just stabbed my bitch," close quote. The police were able to get the child, I guess, out through a window, the 3-year-old. He finally let the police in, according to the report. And I believe the defendant, even down at the station, did not disagree. She was calling the police because he had made an oral threat. And as a result of her attempting to call the police is when he admits that he took out a knife and he did stab her. It does indicate, as the state said, that it looks like there were a number of numerous wounds on the victim. The victim was alive when the police were there, but obviously she succumbed to these injuries. Also sounds like they had a prior relationship some time ago, and there was some attempt over the last few weeks, according to the defendant, to rekindle it. It certainly calls for a serious bond, a domestic homicide of someone. I'll set the bond at $2.5 million at this particular time. It's going to be transferred over to Part A. That's where the serious cases go, through 35 Church Street. I'm going to transfer it over there for January 14th. The bond is set without prejudice. Certainly, if you're going to get a public defender over there, they would have the right to argue the bond again over there. But January 14th would be the next date at 235 Church Street. All right, thank you.
Yeah, your brother gonna die out in the fish.
Initially, Black had been held on $2 million bond, but the judge increased it to $2.5 million because of the violent nature of the charges and the danger posed to the community. During the hearing, Black stood before the judge dressed in a white jail-issued jumpsuit. At one point, as the hearing progressed and the weight of the allegations were read aloud, he winced visibly, reacting to the proceedings. After bond was set and the judge continued the case to January 14, 2026, Black's removal from the court turned chaotic. Members of the gallery erupted, trying to push towards Black despite the presence of about 10 marshals and courthouse police. Destiny's family and friends were visibly distraught, shouting in anguish and anger at the defendant as he was being let out. The confrontation spilled out into the courthouse steps before order was restored. Police have described Destiny's murder as a domestic violence incident. Authorities also noted that police had no prior interactions or documented restraining orders involving either person, underscoring how quickly the situation had escalated. As of now, Black has entered a not guilty plea through his attorney as the legal process moves forward and prosecutors continue to prepare their case against him. Destiny was only 21 years old. She had a young child who witnessed the aftermath of her attack. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.